Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to give you guys some news, where the stock market is going, and some supports and resistance for your favorite stocks like the SPY, Apple, Nvidia, Tesla. Palantir just got a new deal. We're going to be looking at that a little bit more and kind of just what to look for next week. With that being said, this is going to be a shorter video. Tomorrow, we're going to come out with a longer video just to see what really to look at for Monday and the rest of the week. But to start, man, a lot of key stocks is in the red. Apple is in the green. I think it took first place again with that 2.96 trillion market cap. I think Microsoft was over it. Microsoft has 2.73 now. Nvidia is down 8%, but I am kind of pumped to see Apple's future. Not really future, but just hyped to see the news that comes out with it, because honestly, all we need is some good tariff relief for the stock to probably go all the way back up to that 220 level, and that's what I'm looking at. Also, I was looking at some option plays on what was it, Friday or Thursday. Even if you get like 2 to 3 weeks out, if you go over here and go down a little bit more, look at the strike price to that 210 to that 220 level, the options are pretty cheap. I personally loaded in to a 210 option and it was way cheaper. It wasn't 225. It was like a dollar for me a few or like Thursday. But with that being said, you guys can buy and hold these option plays, especially if you find a cheap one. Even the 221, it's literally 70 cents. You're going to lose $70, of course. It's only money that you're willing to lose, of course. But with that being said, if we go back to Apple's charts, we did get some good news while we got that relief for Apple, basically, and we went up to 212. So honestly, man, I think we can see this stock probably jump all the way up to that 220 level once again if we do get. But I mean, you got to get great news. So it's basically just holding kind of like this day right here. We're trading at around 197 where we're at right now, and just jumped up like almost $20. So if you can get into a move like that, especially for a cheap option, you can make a decent amount of money, decent amount of upside for, not losing too much money. But I do recommend just having your patience with these plays. Maybe watch Apple drop a little bit more. But honestly, it's just one of those plays that you just got to get in before it's too late. Because if it's too late, it's going to jump up like it did here. And then honestly, probably play a put option unless that news isn't too much. We're going to talk more about that a little bit later. Let's get into some news and kind of just talk about other things. So first off, we got Trump wanting Jerome out, basically. It is kind of, I mean, Trump kind of came out saying that it was false, but then now, like afterwards, it kind of is now too. I don't know. But basically, people are saying that the stock market could potentially drop if he is fired, especially if it's not done right by the new person. But it could lead to significant drop in the stock markets due to concerns over the Federal Reserve's independence and potential policy instability. So basically saying that, if Trump can fire him, they're not really independent to say. I mean, they're always been independent, especially at the start of Trump's presidency. People were saying that he was going to try to change the rate cut odds, but really they're independent basically. But the threat to Fed independence, the Federal Reserve's independence, is critical for maintaining investor confidence and basically showing that it's not independent of Jerome could signal political interference in the policy, undermining the Fed's credibility and causing markets volatility. So you can really see the stock market go down. Policy uncertainty. So Jerome's removal could lead to uncertainty about the future of the policy directions. Investors might fear a shift towards policies that favor short-term political gains, leading to a big, very big market sell-off. We could probably even see more lows than we've seen before. Legal crisis. So basically regarding president's authority to remove Fed chair without a cause, basically. Honestly, I mean, if you can't find a cause, it could be some big legal battles. And market reaction. So basically, historically, markets react negatively to threats to central bank independence. So basically, watch the stock market drop if this does happen. So, I mean, I'm not saying it will, but markets can drop because of this. And ICE just ordered $30 million worth of new technology from Palantir to track immigrants. So why is this good? I mean, basically, they just got a good deal, basically. 30 million ain't like too much, honestly, if you look at the other deals that Palantir has, but this can bring the stock up, especially since we're currently trading at like almost a $100 level with Palantir. I think this can help break that $100 level. Maybe not, but you can probably see it finally break that level that we tried to do a couple days ago. So if we can break those highs, 100, look at it from 105 to that 110 level. We just got to see how it opens up pre-market on Sunday. So honestly, just keep Palantir on your radar because you could probably have some more upside with this. With that being said, some levels to watch: 96, 98, that $99 level, and that $100 level is going to be key to the upside. To the downside, for some reason, if we sell off, 92, that $90 is going to be key. And then all the way down to that $85 level for Palantir. For the SPY, man, we're kind of like up and down as we can see. With that being said, to the upside, 528, 529.7, 531.6, 535, and that 537.5 level. To the downside, 523.5, 522, 520, and that 517.9 level for the SPY. Be very careful trading the SPY. It moves up and down. Honestly, if you're losing a lot of money, you might have potential to sell your play a little bit later. But I do recommend buying a few days ahead. Don't buy zero DTE. I know a lot of people like to do that, but just to secure your trade a little bit better. With that being said, looking at Apple, I really want to see how it reacts at $200 level. If we break above that, 202, 203.5, 206.5, and that 208 level. To the downside, 196, 195, 192.37, and that 190 level for Apple. Hopefully we can get some good news with Apple though. I'm kind of pumped up for that call play, but honestly, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. I don't really mind losing. I trade with money I'm willing to lose. With that being said, Nvidia, we are kind of reaching some lows for the past couple of days. So do watch that $100 level. If you break below the $100 level, it's going to be looking a little bit more bearish. That 98, 95, and that $90 level. Honestly, if you can see Nvidia at that $93 level and or all the way to the lows of $86 level, you could probably get yourself into a long-term call option. And I do recommend looking at a strike price at around that $100 level. Because last time, we were at that $85 level or 86, and we bounced all the way up to 105 the next day, which was insane. Or not really, technically in a day, we got to that. And the next day, we got to like 105 or 115, which was insane. So honestly, if you can see them at this level at around that 90, 93 to that 86, you can probably buy yourself a little call option 2 to 3 weeks out, and it should be able to hit. I'm not gonna lie. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. For Tesla, I'll be looking at the upside. I'm not saying it's going to go up, but to the upside, I'll be looking at that 245, that $250 level, 252, and that 258.7 level. 260 is going to be key, and then 265. To the downside, I'll be looking at that 237, 235, just 235 flat, sorry, 233.89, 230, and that 225 level for that. So for Netflix, I was kind of pumped up to see the after earnings. We got it past that $1,000 level. I said that $1,000 level is going to be kind of key to look at. We did bounce that back down to it. So honestly, to see how it reacts to that $1,000 level next week. If we bounce below it, look at it going down, maybe even filling it down these gaps from earnings. So that 990 level, the 984, and that 980, and then all the way down to that 968 level back down if we do start jumping down. But we did kind of react pretty well with that 1,000, bounce back above it. So to the upside, look for $1,010, 1,020, 1,023, and then that 1,050, and then 1,100. This stock is probably going to be moving a decent amount for the past couple of days, and hopefully we can hit it to the upside. Let's zoom out a little bit of highs of 1067.2. So look for the highs for now, then we might be able to bounce above it. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching the video. Smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We also just came out with a penny stock video, and we come out with shorts every single day, Monday through Friday, to kind of give you guys price levels. So check those out if you want. We also have a Discord, and some of those links, if you click them, you get free stocks. Peace out.